What is up, everybody? What did you say?
That's very satisfying.
It is
because the live stream's starting soon, and then you've got
I know
the
we got new
intro,
graphics,
and
so
it
we're
goes right into the.
we're nerding out.
It's good.
It's good to see everybody. We're glad you're here today. Drop your comments, drop your questions. We are here for one reason only: to answer your questions, because we love you guys and we want to make sure that you guys are set up for the fantasy playoffs. Like we mentioned in our last video, that was it. That is the last one for the season. We are going to be done putting out new content videos because, again, trading is kind of over. You kind of know who you're starting. So instead, if you have any questions on a week-to-week basis, we're going to do them here on the streams. So like I said, it's good to see you guys. Make sure you drop your questions. Drop a like. Say hey.
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 We're good. It's good to see y'all again. Let's start here. Up at the top, Football to Noche, I think, was our first comment today. What's up, Football to Noche? Should I pick up Gainwell or Dameon Pierce? Oh.
Let's go Dameon Pierce.
Yeah, I would say go Dameon. If something were to happen to Singletary, Dameon Pierce is getting all those carries there.
Yeah.
Anakin Women and the Children to Skywalker. What's up, Anakin
Best
Women and the
name of all
Children to
time.
Skywalker? It is the best name. Afternoon, boys. What's up? Playoff berth clinch at 8-5. That's the good news. Bad news, Pacheco this week. Yes, that is bad news. And potentially more after. It's unfortunate. And JT, obviously 3 to 5 weeks now. It's brutal. Already picked up CH, but do I make a move for McKinnon? Yeah, I mean, it's almost like the stars are aligning for McKinnon.
Dude,
to be that guy
again,
this year.
like, yes, go get McKinnon. Why not, man? If you have Pacheco, you're obviously going to have the roster spot because you can throw him on IR. Go ahead and go get McKinnon because there is absolutely a chance with his receiving upside that he could be a good option for the last 3 weeks of the year.
Yeah, I agree. Robert says, hey, guys, what's up, Robert? With Pacheco out in a full PPR, who should I start in his place? CEH, Singletary, Foreman, or Hunt? Of those guys, I would definitely lean Singletary. He's been getting pretty consistent work out of the backfield and consistent work in the receiving game.
He and Pierce split 50-50.
Last week they did?
Yeah, they did. I'm not very encouraged by that, honestly. I'm kind of bummed
Gross.
about it. But, I mean, what better option do you have there? Hunt,
he's still
who splits
the best
50-50 with
option.
Ford. Yeah, go Singletary because of his receiving upside.
Yeah, Singletary is there for sure. Anakin, Women of the Children, 2 Skywalker, again says, I got Kamara, Spears, Charbonnet, CH as my running backs right now. Yikes.
Hey, I mean, it
could be worse. You have
could
Kamara.
Be a lot worse. You have Kamara. You're chilling there. Dude, Kamara is literally going to finish probably as a top 3 back, and he missed 3 games this season.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane. Good for him.
He's been
yeah, and then Spears, honestly, can't really go wrong with Spears right now. I mean, after what he did when Derrick Henry missed like the last quarter of football last week, I mean, he looked better. So this could be a chance where, I mean, clearly the Titans are out of contention for the playoffs with that loss. I feel like that was a nail in the coffin, or the final nail in the coffin. So maybe they just ride with Spears and see what juice he has for next season. Honestly,
maybe.
I like the idea of that. Robert says, hey, guys. Hey. With
Robert?
Pacheco out in a full PPR. Oh, we already answered that. Sorry, Robert. Singletary was our answer. We'll answer it twice.
We're at Sam's.
Yeah, Sam says, missed opportunity to go live at 4:20 Central.
That's because
bummer.
Eastern time is God's time zone.
Yeah.
Don't you know that?
Yep.
Come on.
Is he? Oh, he's in Texas right now.
He's in Texas.
Hope you're enjoying the warm weather.
Everything's big here.
Oh my gosh. Anna says, "What's up? What's up?
What's up, Anna?
I'm leaving for a concert soon, but wanted to drop in and say y'all rock.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Just got some more merch for Christmas.
I saw we got an
Love
order
it.
on our shop.
Dude,
so
I'm gonna have to get another one because
that thing
they
is
did this
ready now.
I know.
Woo!
And other people have ordered the same sweatshirt and there wasn't that same problem.
Maybe it's just because of like your
Sucks.
natural stench and
I always turn it inside out when I wash it.
maybe that's why.
No, that it helps the. I hate you. Gerald says, hello.
What's up, Gerald?
Thoughts on Mixon and Jerick McKinnon this week? Thanks. Yeah, definitely go with Mixon playing the Colts defense. Though, keep in mind, Grover Stewart is back, but I would assume that Grove kind of starts slow. Grover Stewart, if you don't know who he is, Colts defensive tackle.
Very good.
Legitimately one of the top 3 best run defense guys in the NFL. So Yeah, sure. He was out for the last 6 games, but now he's back. So, but again, I'd assume he starts slow. So go with Mixon there. Obviously playing with Jake Browning. Cade says, hey. Cup or CEH full PP? I cannot believe it's come to this. Crazy. I gotta ask this. Yeah, we agree, and you're not crazy for asking it, but we are still gonna lean Cooper Cup just because there's a chance that McKinnon gets more of the opportunity than CEH.
All right, we got a super chat here, so we are going to jump ahead. Our guy, Joseph, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for your super chat, dude. We appreciate your support for the channel. You guys have been awesome. Our last video has almost 20,000 views now. It's a good video for us,
I know. It's been our most popular video ever when you're looking at the likes. So people actually wanted to see it.
So we appreciate your support, but Joseph especially, thank you for supporting us, man. We can't do it without you guys. Thanks for the help. You are very welcome. And again, thank you. Thanks to you, I'm in the playoffs, 9-4. Left Elliott on my bench. Yeah,
that's tough, but I can't blame you, man.
I don't either.
Like, people were asking me earlier this week if they should start Elliott. I was like, no, there's a chance New England puts up 0 points. So, and even though Ramondre was out, like, they've been anemic until this week. So that was really unprecedented, and I honestly don't expect that to go for the rest of the year. But it's tough. It happens. I'm honestly sorry, but it is what it is. You can continue. The rest of the
picked
question.
up Love to start instead of Goff and Stroud because of matchups, which makes sense.
That's wise.
Bijan, Kyron Williams. You've got Allen, Evans, Kincaid, Pollard in the bench, Olave, Puka, and Swift. And you need some help, so let's help you. Let's pull up the matchups for this week. Our guy Joseph is going to get some attention here because he is very generous with the super chat. So, Elliott on the bench is tough.
Let's look at the matchups of every player here. Okay. So we're going to assume.
Let's start quarterback.
Yeah, we're going to assume. Yeah, we'll start at quarterback. Yeah. So
Love, Goff, and Stroud.
Yeah, so I like your choice of Love this week because Stroud's playing the Jets, and that secondary obviously is pretty locked down. I'd assume they run the ball more than maybe not more than they pass it, but the Jets' run D is significantly less impactful than their pass defense. Yeah. And then who else do we have here? Goff playing the Bears. That's tempting, but the way the Bears consistently play the Lions, it's one of those weird division matchups where anything can happen, anything can go, and it's outdoors. And Goff is notorious for not playing well outdoors in cold weather. So I think it's wise to go with Love, obviously with the most friendly matchup here, playing the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about Bijan and Kyron Williams. Those are the only 2 backs I see. I'm assuming you're starting both of those?
Yeah, we got the Rams playing the Ravens. That's obviously a tougher matchup for Kyron Williams, but we didn't think it was a great matchup for Kyron last week either, and he ended up doing just fine against Cleveland.
Right.
So I'm not really worried about him at all. Bijan, what are we worried about with him? Not as a talent. We're just worried about is he going to get carries because Artie Smith hates you.
But the Bucs is a fine matchup.
Bucs is a good matchup. It is. So we would lean those 2 guys. And I think you're chilling with those. I'm not starting, to be completely honest, with the matchup of Pollard going against the Eagles. Yeah, I'm not starting Pollard as inconsistent as he's been. Even though he's been on a good run recently, I don't think he offers the ceiling or the upside that these other 2 guys do in your last week going into the playoffs. We can reevaluate though once we get into the postseason.
Yeah.
Then your bench.
You got Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, and Olave and Puka at wide receiver. I'm thinking Keenan Allen's an auto start.
Keenan Allen auto. Mike Evans
is honestly an auto start against the Falcons secondary.
Actually, are you worried about their offense only scoring 6 points last week, the Chargers, and Keenan Allen's going to be up against Pat Surtain this week. Does that worry you, or should you just start?
Didn't Pat Surtain tweak something last time he played?
He may have.
I would
lean start your stud. Start the stud that got you here.
Yeah, that's. I go start your stud.
And I'd probably still lean that with Mike Evans. And then I'm assuming you have his flex spot here, and you've got to go Puka.
Yeah,
you have to go Puka. Olave is really tempting because of Jameis Winston starting, and he's playing the Panthers. Crap. He's playing the Panthers.
Who is? Olave?
Yeah, Olave's got the Panthers.
You got to. Yeah, and Olave's been on a tear.
But so is Puka. Puka's been ridiculous.
I think Olave's been better in the last 4 weeks.
Let's pull up their game logs to make sure.
Yeah, I think I would start Olave over Puka. You're not starting Swift?
How can you sit Puka? That just
it's a good roster.
I know it's very. It's impressive that you have that situation. But man, Jameis. I love watching Jameis play YOLO ball. It's the best thing ever.
What's Olave been like?
He's been good. Yeah. 16, 21, 18, and 16.
Yeah, see, I think I'm starting Olave.
And then you've got Puka.
Puka had a 26-point week in there.
Yes.
And he's been okay other than that.
6, 18, 6, and 23.
Yeah, so it's a little more hit or miss. I think Olave and Derek Carr have looked better recently, so I'd be comfortable starting
Baltimore
Olave.
is a tough matchup for the Rams, so there is a chance again that you have another ridiculous Kyren Williams week, and they just kind of try to pound the ball and not give Lamar the chance to win the game.
Yeah, so there we go. Our favorite receivers there, again, Allen, Evans, and Olave, and then Puka would be next. Obviously, you're starting Kincaid. Favorite running backs, Bijan, Kyren Williams. And then it would probably be Pollard and then Swift. So, dude, we appreciate your super chat. Thanks so much for your support. Hope that helps. Go with your gut. If your gut says anything different than us, go with your gut. We're going with our gut this week on some calls as well. Yeah. Let's jump back up here. Again, super chats will jump the line, guys, but we're going to go back to the top and try to answer through all your questions, drop all your fantasy questions, trying to get you guys through these playoffs. Should I drop Khalil Herbert or Elijah Mitchell for McKinnon? Either of those guys, in my opinion, yeah.
I would drop Mitchell before I would McKinnon.
Roshan, but not C and C. So I would drop Mitchell before you drop Herbert. That's probably what you meant to say.
Yep.
Don't need to start him this week.
Well, I said I'd drop Mitchell before you drop
McKinnon.
Oops. Yeah, my bad.
So you said you don't need to start him, but again, we're rostering, like we said in the playoff strategy video, we are rostering some of these running backs that are behind these ones that could go down. So yeah, I would definitely lean dropping Elijah Mitchell and getting McKinnon.
Did you see your brother in our league, by the way? He dropped Kenneth Walker, and I got him for free off waivers.
He's playing chess. Kenneth Walker's not going to do anything. Which one? Aiden or Asa?
Asa.
Yeah.
He just like dropped him because he'll be out of the playoff race. But
there you go.
It was just funny. I was like, I mean, sure.
Are you starting him?
No, not this week.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but his depth piece.
Well, yeah, but he's also going to get maybe a better matchup in the future.
Yeah, he's also like 18 points per game, so I don't really trust him either. Nope. Oscar says start one, Kenneth Walker, DeAndre Swift, or McKinnon. I'd probably go Swift. Swift playing the Cowboys, decent defense. Kenneth Walker playing who? I just don't trust Kenneth Walker right now.
Who? Yeah, no, I go Swift.
Yeah, I go Swift.
I trust Swift playing the Cowboys more than I do Walker playing.
And I got to give Oscar a shout out because he made it all the way through the running back rankings video, which is a spectacular accomplishment. And also, I need to give Anna Gwynn a shout out because she made it through as well. So I said I'd give them a prize. Their prize is.
I barely made it through.
I didn't make it through. Lex says. Oh, Lex plant some trees. I thought Lex said plant some trees.
Drop Mitchell for McKinnon.
Good job.
Yep.
Birdman says Reed or more wide receiver better option. I'm gonna lean. Is Hollywood's playing right?
Yes.
Is Michael Wilson playing?
So Moore requires a big play. He gets 0 target volume. I'm absolutely going Reed there.
I lean Reed anyways. Yeah.
Unless it's Elijah Moore, I'm still going Jaden Reed.
Yeah,
so
I agree. Marina says.
Granted, to be fair, Joe Flacco did like the connection with Elijah Moore. If you're talking about Elijah Moore, we got to be more specific here. But let's just assume that it's Elijah Moore because I think then it's actually a discussion. Flacco.
Oh yeah, it would be Elijah Moore. You're right.
Because Amari Cooper isn't playing, and Flacco actually
threw the ball more.
Looked better than Deshaun Watson. He has a connection with Moore back in New York.
I feel more comfortable with Reed still.
I do as well.
So that's probably comfortable. But if you wanna bet that Elijah Moore's last week with Joe Flacco is going to happen again, then start
Moore. Cleveland has Jacksonville with potentially the Trevor Lawrence list Jags, but there's a chance he plays.
Yeah. And Trevor Lawrence is, he makes a big difference on defense. So
that affects their offensive game plan. It does. It affects their game plan.
I'm just kidding. Okay, 2 questions. First, Goddard or Ferguson at tight end. Ferguson's been better recently. Goddard or Ferguson? Obviously, they're playing each other.
Yeah, I would go Goddard.
Okay.
Impressive that he's come back because they were, I think, about
What did
putting him
Goddard
on
do
IR.
last week? Anything?
No, he didn't play. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
He
Second question,
was
he was supposed to.
potential, and then they decided to wait one more week.
Second question, our trade deadline is this weekend. I was offered Devontae Adams and Travis Etienne for Keenan Allen and Tony Pollard. Your thoughts? Wow, that's fair. I'd probably just hold.
I think at this point, I don't trust Devontae Adams for a second to be consistent for a playoff run. I do trust Keenan Allen.
I trust him about the same.
I trust Pollard about as much as I do Etienne for a stretch as well.
So probably Allen, Pollard.
I go Allen and Pollard.
All right, there you go. We did get a super chat down here from our guy Oscar. Oscar, we appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much. You are the man. And let's pull this up. Let's go through and spend some time on your question, Oscar. So you're 11-2 in redraft. It's your career best.
Good for you, man.
Congratulations, man. My lineup is Josh Allen, Kyron Williams, Monty, JJ, Olave, Laporta, Swift, 49ers D, Koo, and then you've got Walker, JSN, Thielen, Higgins, and Reed. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I can make a run for a championship?
I mean, you're 11-2, so you absolutely can. But let's break it down here for.
But and he's got Justin Jefferson in there, like.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for your playoff stretch, who are some of your favorite guys when you're looking to make a run that you're going to want to start consistently? Maybe even some guys on your bench potentially.
I like JSN right now as a flex. I think he's continued to get more targets.
JSN, you could see JSN becoming a more reliable flex than Swift, I think, once he gets to playoff time.
I think
possibly.
I think so too. Guys, I mean, like if McKinnon shows out this week, I think McKinnon could become one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Who else?
Well, Thielen has gone down. He's dropped, but I'm not completely sold on him being irrelevant for the rest of the year. Let's look at their schedule because they had a rough patch there, and obviously the locker room's so dysfunctional.
So obviously you're sold at quarterback. You got Josh Allen, you're good. Kyron Williams, good. Monty, good. Monty continues to get nice touchdown usage.
Not bad.
And Kenneth Walker, honestly, as a backup, I would start Kyron and Monty probably, but Kenneth Walker has better matchups after this week, so we'll see. So I think at running back, you're set. The wild card here for you, Oscar, is going to be Justin Jefferson. How good can Justin Jefferson be when he comes back? Yeah, I mean, it's Justin Jefferson.
And it's not necessarily his fault. It's really the question. The ultimate question is how good can Josh Dobbs be to help support Justin Jefferson?
Oh, he did say he has McKinnon as well. So, yeah, you're set at running back.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, if he shows out, man, I think you're going to be in really good shape to win. If he comes back and he's disappointing, I could see if Olave, for example, doesn't have a good week. Because then you're starting JSN and then maybe Thielen. Maybe that would put you in trouble. But again, I think Justin Jefferson coming back is a huge boost for you. And then Laporta at tight end, you're perfectly set there. That's who you want. 49ers D, perfectly set. Younghoe Koo, perfectly set. I mean, yeah. I think your question was, can I make a run? Do you think you can make? Absolutely, you can make a run.
Yeah.
Yes, your team is good, and your record reflects that. Let's see what Justin Jefferson does. I think it's going to make a big
and a couple things here. So defense, let's look at defense because this is where it actually becomes important to really intentionally stream defense. They can be the reason you win and lose in your fantasy playoffs. So I like San Fran for really two of the three postseason matchups. You got Arizona in week, what are we now? Week 15, and then in week 17, they're at Washington. I'm super comfortable with those matchups for that defense. Baltimore, I'm afraid of. On that Monday night game on Christmas has, did you know this, by the way, about Lamar Jackson?
Is this week 15?
Yeah, this week 14.
No, this is week 14. Okay, this is week 14. I had the video title right.
Yeah. So...
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
So Lamar Jackson's record against NFC opponents in his career, 16-1.
That's wild.
And it's not necessarily the record that I care about. That it more shows me that he tears up NFC defenses because they're not used to playing against them. They just, and the Niners would be that one team that could beat them and make him,
True.
He could be mortal in that game. I do think that's a possibility, but it's also really risky. It honestly is. I think in that situation, especially when Baltimore's trying to fight for the 1 seed in the AFC on Christmas, I mean, I think you could see them potentially laying a dud there, San Fran. So we had a couple recommendations for Week 16 matchups that we really liked, and I'm going to pull them up because I think Denver was one of them. We really like Denver's matchup in Week 16. And then I want to say New Orleans.
Yeah, because we were targeting the Giants offense and another offense. I can't remember which one. Maybe the Bears.
Right. Here, I've got it here in like 2 seconds. Do I? Yeah, I do. Where? Oh, this is this is Dynasty Prep, not Fantasy Prep. I got it.
I mean, if you're streaming defenses right now, like I'm personally a defensive streamer. You need to just make sure you have maybe 1 or 2 defenses even on your roster at this end of the year. But the 49ers are a defense that have been scoring all year. I'm very comfortable starting them, even if they do have a tough matchup against the Ravens. I think the Ravens could give them a run for their money. But, again, I'm pretty comfortable with that. So, yeah, Oscar, I think you can make a run for the championship. Nathan, I can't wait on you anymore. Oscar, we appreciate your super chat. Thanks for joining us, man.
No, I found it.
Oh, did you? All right, give them the defenses.
I did.
Everybody, these are good defenses for the
your
playoffs.
Week 16 defenses are going to be the Broncos. They're playing home against the Patriots, and then the Jets playing home against the Commanders. So those might be some streaming options that you might want to pick up ahead of time if you're really getting squeamish about the Niners-Baltimore matchup there.
Yeah. Oscar, we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. And let's jump down here. We did get another super chat, and that is going to be from our guy, Robert. Robert, we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate you. Your question. We're going to get a lot of questions like this. Clyde Edwards-Helaire or Gus Edwards? Other league, I have Edwards-Helaire, McKinnon, and Keaton Mitchell. Which one would you start? Last question, defensive special teams ranking for the playoffs. So we'll go over that one more time. Let's start first. CAH or Gus Edwards? I do not trust CEH.
I don't trust him at all.
I'm going Gus Edwards.
I trust McKinnon more than I do CEH.
I trust Gus Edwards more than I trust
Edwards. I do as well. Keaton Mitchell is intriguing, but I still don't trust his opportunity share yet in that offense for him to really usurp Gus Edwards this week. So I'd still go with Gus Bus getting the red zone opportunities.
Well, that was the first question is just CEH or Gus Edwards. The other league, he has CEH, McKinnon, and Keaton Mitchell, and I would go McKinnon there.
McKinnon. Yep.
So Gus Edwards to the first one, McKinnon to the second one. And then the last question, defensive special team rankings for the playoffs. Let's give them those defenses again that have good matchups.
Yep. I exited out.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, I've got it this time, though. I know exactly where it is. It's right here.
So
our matchups, I wish we could show this on the screen.
I know.
Week 15. So this is your first round of playoffs for most leagues. Saints and Falcons. You got the Saints that are playing the Giants. Anyone playing the Giants, we like that matchup as long as it's not the Commanders. Falcons at the Panthers. Anyone playing the Panthers, we like that matchup unless it's the Commanders. Broncos and Jets in Week 16. The Broncos are playing the horrible Patriots offense.
There you go.
Okay, so you can throw the Thursday night game out the window, pretend that didn't happen. The Pittsburgh Steelers are as anemic as the Patriots. So that's just how it is. The Jets, which do have a very good defense, I know their offense is disgusting. They're not going to let the Commanders do anything, like anything at all. So that we like those matchups in Week 16, and then our two favorite matchups in Week 17 are going to be the Jags home against the Panthers, if you see a trend there, and the Rams at the Giants, if you see a trend there. So those are very respectable defenses on that list that we have that are at least middle of the pack, that have really friendly matchups that'll probably be able to force some turnovers and not allow the other team to score very many points.
Yeah. Robert, again, we appreciate your super chat, my friend. Guys, we're going to answer as many questions as we can here while we're on the stream today. We got to get you guys to the playoffs and through the playoffs to win money in your leagues. So we're going to go through and answer all these questions. We're going to jump back up to the top now. But again, super chats are going to jump to the front of the line. We skip down to those right away. Let's jump back up here. And I got to see, the last one we answered was, let me see.
I'm trying to help you here.
I know. I'll find it once I scroll up. Here it is. Kate is our next question. Okay. Kate says, what is your guys' outlook on Jaylen Warren going forward? He's my running back, too, since Jonathan Taylor went out. Unless Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a better start than Warren. I think Warren's the better start. Warren's still getting a fairly good amount of snap share. He's very efficient with his touches. And he's, when he does have a big play, he does score in double figures. So
His first 2 seasons compared to Austin Eckler's are freakishly similar.
Yeah, Nathan's.
I'm not saying
so he basically says he's the next Austin Eckler.
No, he's not. But it's very funny. Najee, I think, was banged up. Was he banged up yesterday?
I don't know. I didn't really watch most of that game. I watched the Pacers in-season tournament game. So
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch that game at all.
I was not looking
The
forward.
in-season tournament, good for them. Halliburton did his thing again.
I know.
Didn't he?
I know.
Did he basically ice the game single-handedly?
He's amazing. Yeah, 27 points, 15 assists, no turnovers.
15 assists.
He's ridiculous, dude. He's like MVP.
I love basketball players that are super high in assists. It means they're really good team players. They're not selfish like 50 points, 0 assists. James Harden.
He's leading the league in assists. So
good for him.
I
love that.
I would go Warren still. Let's go to Landy Boy. Landy Boy, what's up? I have a pick 102 and went Harrison Jr., but the guy at the 101 has 103, or also has 103. Is leaning to take Harrison. So I don't need Williams. I got Stroud, Love, and Lawrence. Do I trade up or trade back? Trade back to the 104 and get Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Or, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think if there's a way that you could... I just realized this is a dynasty question. You're tricking us with... We got a dynasty stream tonight, too.
It's like a mindset for us. Like, we get in our fantasy mindset, and then we get in our dynasty one.
I would say...
And then we try to...
Best 2 options. Try to trade back and get Malik Neighbors, or just take Caleb Williams. Somebody will pay for Caleb Williams, for sure.
Yeah.
But you've got some time to think about that. Let's jump up to our guy, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Chris, we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your super chat. We appreciate you. And it's your first super chat, so good to have you here. Flex 1.5 PPR. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Jerome Ford, Alexander Mattison, Elijah Moore, Jerick McKinnon.
All right.
So
look at all the matchups.
Final 2 for me, right off the bat, I think is going to be Elijah Moore and Jerick McKinnon. Although, what's Madison done recently? Has he had any touchdown upside?
Not with Josh Dobbs rushing upside. He hasn't been very good. I would not trust Madison at all. Ford has been fine.
I think.
So our matchup with Ford, we've got Ford going up against the Jags. And then we've got Madison playing Vegas, but Justin Jefferson is back. I think they might pass the ball a little bit more.
I think I'm going to go Jerome Ford.
And then you've got Elijah Moore, again, playing the Jags. And then McKinnon. You always want to lean the running back instead of the iffy wide receiver. Even though he may be in a better situation with Amari Cooper potentially being out, I still trust the running backs just from a floor perspective. McKinnon, they got the Bills. The Bills' defense is pretty not great. I would still... Ford has been the most reliable.
Safest, I think. Yeah, I mean, he's had double-figure scoring in the last,
if he gets a touchdown,
5 weeks in a row.
If he gets a touchdown or 2, he's scoring 20-plus points.
Yeah, but and look, he's had 1 touchdown, only 1 touchdown. Okay, he had a touchdown last week, 14 points. No touchdown, 11.9. Touchdown, 11.9. He scored 11.9 points exactly for 3 weeks in a row. That's so weird. Look at that. I couldn't believe it.
Hey, I have a prediction.
What?
I think he's going to score 11.9.
Well, he scored 14 last week, though.
I know.
12.7 the week. So that's double figures 5 weeks in a row. I think he's going to be the safest. He's also playing Jacksonville. They don't have a great run defense.
I mean, that's a 10-point floor. You know he's not going to disappoint.
Yeah, I would take. And if he scores a touchdown, like you said, 17, 18 points, heck yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to...
Well, no, he's got Lover Lamar.
Sorry, Chris.
So we've got Lamar facing... Do you have a good matchup this week? The Rams. And then Love obviously having that great matchup against the Giants. I'm going to go... This is at the Ravens. What's the weather like? I'm about to do a weather report.
3 mile per hour winds.
So
northeast.
Baltimore weather on Sunday, because they play Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Sunday at 1. It's going to be 61 degrees.
Raining?
And raining. There's a 90% chance of rain.
I'm starting Lamar. Rushing outside.
And then Love, the weather isn't going to be any better in New York, really. I think there's going to be a lot of wind.
Yeah.
And I'll go with
stick
Lamar.
To Lamar. Yeah, Chris, we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support. Let's jump down to Apex Predator. Thank you, Apex Predator, for your support. We appreciate you, man. Which 2 running backs in PPR league? You've got Gibbs, you've got Jacobs, you've got Bijan, and you've got CEH. Okay. Well, again, this is the clown meme with the clown and the soldiers, and CH is the clown.
All right. Let's play this game. Let's choose a side on Gibbs, and you need to do the exact opposite, because every time we say something about Gibbs, we end up being wrong. So let's say, what do we want to say?
Who are the Falcons playing? And who are the Raiders?
The Falcons have the Bucks, which is a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, that's a good matchup.
And then the Lions have the Bears. And then Jacobs has the the Vikings.
Jacobs?
I think Jacobs is going to be totally stuffed.
Really?
This week. I think they're going to be able to stop him. That's
okay,
just
so
my personal opinion.
Just go Bijan and Gibbs.
So Gibbs and Bijan.
Okay, so then he would actually start Jacobs.
Jacobs gets so much volume. He has the safest floor. I could look like an idiot. I don't love his ceiling this week. Honestly, I really don't. I think Vegas at this point is pretty one-dimensional.
I got to tell you something, though.
And I like Flores. What?
You already look like an idiot.
Okay. Thanks, man. Definitely not Edwards-Helaire, so you can eliminate him.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I guess
so Bijan and Gibbs. Probably.
Yeah, if we're telling you to start Gibbs,
maybe start Jacobs.
Maybe start Jacobs instead, because whatever we say about Gibbs is generally wrong. But that's what we'd lean, probably Gibbs and Bijan.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support. Again, guys, Super Chats are going to jump the line. We're going to try to get you guys into your what?
Could you flex Jacobs?
Yeah, can you? Is there? I think
Gibbs
Gibbs,
flex him?
do you have a flex spot?
If you're flexing a not super reliable wide receiver, maybe just go with Jacobs because you know he's safe.
I agree with that. Let's go up to Mike Walters MTB. What's up?
What's up?
Full PPR. Need 2. Kyron Williams, Jacobs, McCua, and Ayuk. I need this win. I'm in the playoffs. Let's go. All right, no pressure then, right?
Full PPR.
Yeah.
Kyron.
Even against the Ravens. I say Ayuk and Kyron.
I'd say Puka and Kyron.
Who did the 49ers play?
The Hawks. I think Debo is going to feast in that game more than Ayuk will.
That happened last game.
Ayuk has been, because remember, Ayuk has been on a fine stretch the last few games, but not the craziest ceiling and very touchdown dependent, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I would lean no with Ayuk. Personally, I think he's too unpredictable.
All right.
I think you know what you're getting from Puka.
I'm fine with that. Go ahead, Nathan.
I mean, is it dangerous to start 2 guys in the same offense when it's Puka and Kyron? I don't think so. I mean, they both produced last week. Yeah. So, Anakin, women, and the children. To Skywalker says, if you had to start one or the other, McKinnon or CEH, I understand Reed said CEH is next man up, but I agree with you guys in which McKinnon has had that passing upside plus what McKinnon did last year. Yeah, I completely agree there. CEH. The only reason Andy Reid is still saying that CEH is the next man up is because of their draft capital investment in him and the public optics. If they didn't say that CEH was the next man up, like they'd look even dumber for making that pick a couple years ago than they already do. So that to me is just an optics statement from Reid. That's noise, in my opinion. Go with McKinnon. He's a better threat. Tingley says Moss or ETN full PPR. Also roster Colts, Packers, or Rams defense. So let's start with Moss or ETN. Who's got the better matchup? We know for a fact Zach Moss has the better matchup. You've got the Browns at home. Their defense this year has been way better at home than they've been away. Actually, I mean, you've seen some offenses play really well against the Browns defense. Myles Garrett has been banged up recently. Obviously, the Colts put up like 34 points against them at home. But when the Browns are at home this season, they have pretty much stopped everyone. I mean, they stopped San Francisco.
Yeah.
San Fran. I'm honestly not really counting on ETN doing a ton this week with that matchup at Cleveland. So I'd go Moss.
I'm actually going to be recommending Moss to people.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Moss in this matchup because the weather isn't going to be that great either. I think the rain is going to be not a factor anymore, but there's still going to be wind. So they may want to ground and pound with that matchup. So
yeah. Miranda says one more thing.
Well, he said Packers or Rams defense and cut one bench to the roster. Pacheco, Lockett, Flowers, Noah Brown, Lawrence. Got Fields. Oh, cut Fields cut Lawrence if you have Fields.
Yeah.
And then I like the I like the Packers defense better for the rest of the season than I do the Rams. Yeah. Sorry, Miranda. Continue.
All right, Miranda. One more thing. I currently have Keenan Allen as my one wide receiver. I need another between Reed, Myers, Judy Thielen, and Noah Brown. I would probably just go Thielen there.
Yeah, I'd go Thielen as well.
Having a good game.
We really like Reed, but he's been pretty much Christian Watson this year with more target volume, where he's very very touchdown dependent right now.
Yeah,
So.
let's jump up to a super chat from our guy, Tay Ewing. Tay, we appreciate you. Running back 2, Ford, Gus, or Madison? And then flex Addison or Lockett. All right, so running back 2, probably go Jerome Ford there.
Yep.
And then flex Addison or Lockett.
I'm going to go with Lockett because I don't trust Josh Dobbs to be able to support both Justin Jefferson and Addison. And if I were to pick between J. Jeff or Addison producing, it's J. Jeff. And then Lockett, Lockett's been inconsistent. Lockett hasn't been reliable. Neither has Addison recently, not since the Cousins injury. So I'm going to go with the veteran in an offense that passes the ball more than the Vikings are going to. So,
yeah, absolutely. I don't think I have anything to add to that. I think you nailed it. Tay, we appreciate your super chat. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Again, super chat's going to jump the line. We're working our way down. Sandra says, should I start Mahomes or Purdy? Valid question.
That is a very good question. I'm going to go Purdy. They're playing the Seahawks, and that secondary is not good.
Yeah, I'll go Purdy. B-Tower Kick says, I need to win, guys. Pick 2 Ks. Taysom, Kupp, or Ridley. Ridley, because Christian Kirk is out for 4 weeks or more. And Kupp, for sure.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah. Mervin says, which defense should I play, Falcons or Colts?
I never, ever trust the Colts defense. I'm more tempted to now that they have their best run defender back in Grover Stewart, but I mean the Falcons' run D is better.
True.
Mike Evans could absolutely destroy them, but Jesse Bates is great.
Yeah.
It's a division matchup. Do you trust a division matchup more, or do you trust the Colts playing the Jake Browning Bengals?
I'd probably start the Colts.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah,
but another thing
gross.
is the weather, too. You've got Mercedes-Benz Stadium in a dome. You never know what's going to happen there. From a passing perspective, they're going to have to run the ball probably in Cincy.
Vito says, I just got on, but have you spoke about CEH and is he worth a pickup? Yeah, we have. We've had a lot of start-sits with CEH. McKinnon's our guy there. So I'd probably say no. B-Tower says need so he also added Drake London to that. Still Kupp and Ridley. Anakin says on the bright side, I think Rice has an even better week with Pacheco out. Already leaning Rice over Flowers. Yeah, you got to go Rice over Flowers.
Yep.
Lex says, thanks, bros. You're very, very welcome. Let's keep going.
Very happy for Rashee Rice.
Very happy, yeah.
Very, very happy.
Been pretty good.
Happy.
Chris says, flex 1.5 PPR, Ford, Madison, Elijah Moore, or McKinnon. I think this was his super chat as well, right? So we should be good.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Man of Cole, what's up, Man of Cole? Says pretty sure Andy Reid was said CH was next app though. No.
Yeah,
it doesn't
he
matter.
did. It's optics. It's noise.
Yeah.
What matters is who's going to produce in the game.
Yeah.
So
Oscar says he has McKinnon as. Oh, I answered that. Darius says, should I trade Singletary for AJ Brown at the trade deadline? Yeah, you should. Pretty easily. Jacob says, hey, boys, hope y'all are doing well. We are. Thank you, Jacob. Thanks for joining us. 12-team half PPR, 1 QB start 8. Clinch the playoffs. 6 seed core players are Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra, K9, and Laporta, as well as JSN, Rashee Rice, and McBride taking turns. That is very nice, and some of those guys have really started to come on. McBride has been really good recently. Yeah. JSN has started to get a lot of targets. Rashee Rice, we just talked about. Great job, man. Any advice on who I should roll with in the flex? Honestly, I think I'm tempted to go McBride. Kyler's been targeting him like he targeted Ertz.
Yeah. Well, they're on bye this week, so you can't start McBride.
Oh, so if it's this week, then it's got to probably be Rashee Rice, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go Rashee Rice there. Oscar says, Jaguars, Cowboys, Patriots, D all available. I think we already answered that one as well. Michael says, I have one last flex spot. Do I go Copper Cup, Brees Hall, or Zay Flowers?
Did you say Copper Cup? Yeah, intentionally. Yeah.
I would go Cup. I just have to shoot for the stars there.
Yeah.
Cup is the upside pick. Yeah. Safe pick is
Brees. Brees is a safe pick. He consistently gets volume. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
It's not good.
I believe you.
Whatever.
Attila, what's up? Hey guys, pick full PPR. Pick one. Garrett Wilson, Noah Brown, Mitchell. Wilson.
Yep.
Still Wilson for me.
Yep.
Soggy Boy says flex Gus Bus or London. I lean London there. What do you think?
I mean, considering London got 0 targets last week, still go London.
Yeah, I think I'll go London.
It's gross.
Yeah. I I have Waddle, Ayuk, and Devonta Smith. Would you start Jacobs over any of them? This was to the other question, is super chat.
Gotcha.
I would start Jacobs over. I think there's a case to be made you could start Jacobs over all those guys.
I do think so as well. Though Devonta Smith has been actually. Can you pull up AJ Brown's numbers for me in the last month?
Yeah, sure.
I want to say Devonta Smith has been more productive than him recently. AJ Brown had a ridiculous tear in the first half of the year.
19 points last game and 14 points the week before.
Okay, so let's go from weeks 9 on.
Okay.
Tell me week 9. All right, Devonta Smith had 14.
Okay.
Now go to week 11.
1,
15,
14,
23,
19,
24.
Okay.
Devonta Smith's your
So then
guy
start
right
Devonta
now.
Smith. Yeah. Let's go to Don P.
Isn't that wild?
It is crazy.
Just because of how much AJ Brown has skyrocketed.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Tyler Conklin or Okonkwo. Not happy about these choices. It's a bye week. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okonkwo.
Yeah. Hey, I have a hot take for you.
All right.
I know I'm saying something in Dynasty that maybe I'll save it for the Dynasty
All right.
channel, but I'll
right.
forget. I'll forget.
Brian says, guys,
I'm going to remember.
in a win.
It's about McBride.
Okay.
It's about McBride.
In a win or out. Now I'm curious. In a win or out. Don't know what. I can't read that. It's too far away.
All right.
Don't know what
to do. I've got Dak and RBs are Pollard, Jacobs, Pacheco, White, Connor, Charbonnet. Okay, so you can't start Connor because he's on bye. Charbonnet, not starting Charbonnet. Your wide receivers are Justin Jefferson, Amari Cooper, Godwin, Downs, Myers, and Hawkinson. You need 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. So you got Hawkinson at tight end. That's a great situation. Let's look at your running backs first. It's basically going to be between Jacobs and Pollard and Rashad White because Pacheco is out. Do I trust Pollard against the Eagles' run defense, which has not been what it's been all season over the last month? I would maybe. I think I'd give the edge to Jacobs getting the volume, and Rashad White's just been good. He's just been solid and consistent. I think I'd go with both those guys. Your ceiling pick. I mean, can you even say Pollard is your ceiling pick at this point? Because, I mean, what's been his ceiling this year? Like, he had maybe one 20-plus point game.
I don't know.
He's had 2 games this year over 20 points. 22 points in week 1 and 22 points against Washington in week 12.
So
I'm going Jacobs and White.
All right, and then at wide receiver, you need 2 of those. JJ for sure. Cooper's out. Godwin. I might.
Downs and Myers.
Downs.
In that weather game. Downs has not been very productive in the last month.
I know.
Really since the knee injury. And it's not necessarily his fault. It's just because Pittman's been
then you have to go JJ and Godwin.
And Godwin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Manicole says pick 2 for
Godwin
flex.
only had 2 targets and he had 0 receptions last week.
I know. Oh, and the flex, by the way, I'd probably go. Oh, you just go the running back there. So start Pollard.
Yeah,
Pollard. Jacob, and then so start Pollard there. Let's see. In a must-win matchup, I need pure upside this week. Okay, should I start?
All right.
Keaton? I'm glad you specified. That's easier.
Yeah.
Keaton Mitchell and McKinnon, or Keaton Mitchell and McKinnon or CEH over Eckler and Hall. Eckler's injured and committing now, and Hall's losing touches now.
So if you're going pure upside, we're going Eckler, pure upside,
and Hall.
And Hall is not pure upside. Hall is just purely floor.
Yeah, but
he has no upside.
Yeah, but
look at what he's been doing. It's been so bad.
So
it's not his fault.
Who has higher upside? Keaton Mitchell, Jerick McKinnon.
Keaton Mitchell and McKinnon literally have higher upside than Breece Hall does. Look at weeks in the last month, really since this quarterback fiasco has gotten worse and worse and worse. Breece Hall has had 10, 10, 18, 11, and 10. The one game he scored 18 points was he had a receiving touchdown.
I feel like 18 is a good enough ceiling to say start him over.
Is that a better ceiling than
Keaton
Mitchell and McKinnon have?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, look at what McKinnon has done with less opportunity. Or not McKinnon. Let me look at Keaton Mitchell here. Who do they play? They play Houston, right? The Jets do.
Yeah.
The Jets play Houston. It's a tougher matchup. Keaton Mitchell had 20 points with 18% snap share, 9 carries, 138 yards, and a touchdown a month ago.
That was that was like 5 or 6 weeks ago.
Then he got 13 points the next week with 24% snap share, 46% snap share against the Chargers week 12, 10 points. So,
yeah, I would say Breece and Eckler are your upside picks there. Like, I think Breece still has more upside than those guys because he's not, getting. You're going to end up on a video, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm just making sure. All right.
I think he offers literally
he's going to score 2 touchdowns this week.
That would be great to see. I would love to see Breece do that because I think he's such a good running back, and he deserves better than this.
The only time any of those backs scored above Brees this year was the one game Keaton Mitchell had that big play. That was
well,
it.
McKinnon hasn't done anything because Pacheco's been so good. So,
and Keaton Mitchell has to worry about.
So
guys.
again, we're talking, and what are you saying? Brees is safer.
I'm saying Eckler and Hall are the upside picks and the safe picks. I'm starting Eckler and Hall. Like
I would start both of those guys too. I agree with you. I'd start both of them. But he said you're going purely ceiling.
Yeah, I would go Eckler and Hall for ceiling. I think they have a higher ceiling than Mitchell, McKinnon, or CH.
Zach Wilson is playing.
Ceiling. Here's my ceiling rankings. Eckler, Hall, Mitchell, McKinnon, CH. That's my official upside rankings. Ceiling rankings. I think Eckler and Hall are number 1 and 2 for me. P.S. Avery looks like he needs a hug. Yeah, I like hugs. Do I look like that?
I'm going to need a hug if I'm wrong about Brees Hall.
He's going to be wrong.
If he puts like 35 points,
dude,
I'm
going to make the funniest video. Sean says it's supposed
He's the worst friend to have because he just...
Whoa!
I'm kidding.
Jeez.
In fantasy. He did this. Okay, well, we couldn't release it because legally for NFL. He did this video because we argued one week about Addison and Raheem Mostert and which one should you start. And I said Addison because that was the first week J-Jeff was out and they were playing Chicago when their defense was terrible. I was like, Addison's going to ball out. And it's not necessarily against Mostert, but like, I have to start
But
Addison.
Mostert was playing the Panthers.
Mostert scored like 30 points,
35.
and Addison put up 11. And he made this video with like all the clips of like Mostert touchdown and Addison, like nothing about Addison.
And all the videos
it just
of
showed
him
the box
talking
score.
about it.
Well, the ironic thing too was the following week they literally flipped, and Addison had like 30 and Mostert had 11. It didn't matter though because. Whatever.
Chase Brown, Bengals running back, is here. Sean did say it's supposed to be raining in Baltimore. Yeah, we saw that. That's going to be interesting. Chase says, hello, guys. Hey, Chase Brown. Hope all is well. Rice or Nico this week? Nico.
Mm-hmm.
Got to start Nico.
Yeah.
Don P says, thanks, fellas. You're welcome, Don P. Trev says, got screwed this week with Pacheco and Taysom. Derrick Henry or Keaton? Derrick Henry, please.
Yeah.
Everett or Otten? Everett.
I'd go Otten.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. I don't really care. You skip my
You
question.
make a video about that too?
No, I don't. I just said I don't care. Manicold said we skipped his question. Did we skip your question?
Who?
Did we do this one?
Which one?
Pick 2 for flex, JSN, Downs, Komet, Ridley. I don't think we did.
No, I don't think so.
Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to do that. JSN and Ridley would be my picks there.
Yeah. Agreed.
Sorry, buddy. Thanks for letting me know.
Especially with Christian Kirk being out now.
Trev says, need the upside as well. Goff or Stroud 2. That's above. And so that's upside picks. Yeah, again, you're going Derrick Henry upside. I would say Everett has more upside than Otten, but I don't care. Stroud or Goff? Stroud for upside. If you need upside, you go Stroud. Chase a strategic thought. I have someone's 24 first. Look at you, sneaky. Who's currently in 7th place. He has a relatively easy matchup. I play the guy who's in the last seed. Should I tank to let the number 6 win because I'm locked in at number 3 and make the pick better if I'm the loser's bracket? I wouldn't do that. No, I would just play it normal. It probably won't make a difference. And we don't want to encourage tanking either. We frown upon that in our leagues. So I would just ride it out, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was trying to influence Avery to get hugged on camera because it would be funny. I'd probably just punch Nathan. One time I punched Nathan really hard while we were live, and he was like, "Ew!"
I got so mad.
It was Trev says appreciate.
I don't know what I would prefer. Another
video or
taunting video, or if I'm right, I'm gonna do one.
Yeah, but it won't be as funny because I'm good at making this.
Is this a challenge?
Sure, yeah, let's bring it.
I mean, you spent like 10 hours.
Yeah,
on
but
yours,
the difference is like I'm gonna see the video, I'm gonna think it's hilarious. Like yours was funny because you were like.
Well, I was irritated because I was actually
know.
getting work done, and then I saw you release that. I was like, you spent so much time on that, and I'm here like busting my butt to get this prep done. So whatever.
The Manicold says start Ridley even.
It was funny
against Cleveland defense. Yeah, I would with those options. Yes, I think Ridley still. All right, that's gonna do it for today, guys. We got a Dynasty live stream in about 35 minutes.
Go hop on over there.
So
Ask us your Dynasty
question. We will
question.
see you on Dynasty. We appreciate all you guys so much for joining us today. Dynasties. I do want to read Brian's. Brian says, LO ceilings pick definitely isn't allowed. Pollard. Thank you guys very much. Love your content. We appreciate you, Brian. We appreciate all you. Like and trust all your advice. Love soaking in all the information y'all filling ahead. I'm glad you listen. I'm glad you can track what we're all the info that we're just spitting out constantly. But again, guys,
and the stupid stuff we say.
That is true. We in the arguments that we have. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week. Good luck this week on your matchup. See you on Dynasty Domain in about 35 minutes. Peace out.